Looks like one of my wreaths fell down. Nah. Fix that later. Anyway. Hi. Welcome back to the MT and me. Well, it's another meh kind of day. Getting attacked by my wind chime here. Where was I? Oh yeah, it's another one of those days. It's cloudy and overcast and chilly out here too. Could be worse. Could be raining. We don't want that. But it looks like it could start any moment now. So, I'm not going to waste much time here. The whole week has been like this. I've been really busy at work, as I'll show you here in just a second. And the weather's been much less than ideal for getting out here and working on Pearl. I got a couple of things I need to do on the equinox, and I don't even want to get out and do those, and that would really be much simpler stuff. So yeah, I'm being lazy. What can I say? But I do want to show you something. I was in Pearl here just the other day, and just kind of looking things over, straightening up a little bit, and by sheer accident, I found something. And of course, it's another problem that's going to have to be addressed, okay? So I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to take you to another Christmas celebration, because a couple of days ago, we finally had our big celebration in Hamburg. It had to be delayed from the previous week because of beautiful weather like we have threatening right now. But they did manage to pull it off. We had one day that it was just cloudy and cold, but no rain. So we had an afternoon in Hamburg and a great Christmas parade. I'll show you that a little later on. First, let's take a trip into Pearl here on the MT and Me. I always wanted to transport into Pearl. As I told you just a few moments ago, I was out here in Pearl the other day, just kind of straightening up and looking around, and I found another problem. One of the things I was looking at was my fiberglass area here, all around this cab over piece. Now, as I pointed out numerous times before, but to those of you just waking up to the MT and Me, here on Mobile Traveler Motorhomes, the front piece of the roof section and side section is made of one-piece fiberglass. This, can't reach it, is all one-piece molded fiberglass right back to this point right above me, which is basically where the cab turns in to the RV, part of the RV. Okay, but this piece is all molded fiberglass. Now the rest of Pearl is framed aluminum. The roof, the sides, that's all aluminum on a metal frame. But this fiberglass, and it attaches right above me to the metal frame. It's kind of folds down around the back edge and side edges and is sandwiched between two pieces of steel and bolted together. That's where there's a problem. Let me see if I can show you here. Now, I'm not real sure how good you're going to be able to see this. But watch. You see how that moves up and down? Not supposed to do that. There is a break right in here. It goes from here all the way across to here. Now, if I reach up inside there, there's still some cover. So, I'm not sure this is a serious problem. I know you're thinking, Russ, it's a hole in your roof. That's got to be a serious problem. Maybe, but this roof is not perfectly flat. It has, on each side and down the middle, a raised section. And as you can tell by looking on the inside here, it's smooth all the way across. You can plainly see the panels here on both sides that cover the raised sections there. As for the raised section down the middle, I call it the mohawk, because that's what it looks like from the outside. Well, I've got an access hole right up front here that you can see how much difference there is from here on the inside to the outside surface. Well, this part is apparently at the back of that outside surface. I can reach inside with my fingers, and there's no way I can show you this on the camera because I'm not even going to try. But I can reach inside and still feel a fold of fiberglass coming down that is coming into the sandwiching between the two pieces of steel here that are holding all this together, that literally hold the front in place. So I'm hoping that this crack is just on the inside. The more I think about it, the only way to determine for certain would be to undo it and lift it up and see. Now, I have a feeling I'm going to come to doing that anyway, because of the other repairs that need to be done around this bottom. As I've pointed out on numerous occasions, I have got to replace the bottom part, the floor of this overcab area, because it's completely rotted and it's not even attached to the fiberglass cover anymore. In order to fully access that part, I'm pretty well going to have to at least lift up this fiberglass cover. I'm not saying maybe I'll have to take the thing completely off. If so, I'm going to have some help, because that's not a one-man job. But maybe I can take some braces and jacks, give it 3 points of support, and just disconnect it and jack it up. Even coming up 6 inches or so would give me a lot of room to work on this flooring and to completely check the fiberglass cover itself to be sure that I don't have cracks that will leak. What do you think? I'm open to opinions here. It's not something I'm going to do before the end of the year. In fact, it's the kind of project that needs good weather. So we're looking at late spring, early summertime, maybe. But that'll be here before you know it. And I want to have a plan by then. So anyway, give me some feedback, okay? I can really use it. Really use it. Really. In the meantime, like I said, it's just kind of too cold and messy to really do anything with Pearl here, or even do anything on the equinox. Maybe next week or the next. But we do have some more holiday celebrating to do. Now, I promised you last week when we had all the Christmas and Cross-It things and the Cross-It parade and stuff like that, that there'd be more to come this week. That's because at that point, I knew that the Hamburg festivities had been rescheduled for the next week, which is the first part of this week. Trust me, I got this timeline down. Anyway, we were there with one of my radio stations, broadcasting live for the afternoon and on into the evening. Now, Hamburg has some very special aspects of their holiday celebration. It all happens around the square. Hamburg is an old-style town with a town square. Used to be a courthouse there. Now there's a gazebo that they decorate beautifully. But they have something that they call the Little Red Wagon Parade. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Parents get a wagon, or something similar, and decorate it with a holiday theme. Then they decorate their kid, or kids, and put them in the wagon, and they parade them around the square right at dusk every day during the celebration. It has been a tradition for a number of years, enough years that now some parents who are actually in the parade as children are now pulling their kids around in the parade. So it's been a day or two. And they have had some years when, my gosh, it's been the Little Red Wagon Parade has actually been larger than the main Christmas parade. This year, not so much. I guess because of the extreme cold, the change in schedule, and the threat of bad weather. There were only 4 entries this time around. But I got photographs of those to share with you. They're as cute as they can be. So we've got those, and then we have some footage of the actual Hamburg Christmas parade itself, which I know you're going to enjoy, because just like the Cross-It parade, tremendous number of floats. In fact, a few of the same floats that were in the Cross-It parade and also were in the Hamburg parade. And it's kind of like I pointed out earlier. If you go through the trouble of making a really nice float, you want to use it as much as possible. So some of these people around here put it in Cross-It, in Hamburg. They'll take it south. We got a town called Bastrop about 30 miles south of us. They'll put it in their parade. And, you know, El Dorado, Arkansas is not too far to the west. Some even enter that parade too, because you want to get your mileage out of a float, right? So there's a few repeats between the Cross-It parade and Hamburg, but there are also some beautiful originals as well. So we're going to take a look at the Hamburg holiday celebration now, and I hope you enjoy it.
testing. It's registering.
Testing. Testing.
and I heard him exclaim as he rode his Harley out of sight. Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. So we had Santa on his red Harley, both wrapping up the CrossFit Parade and the Hamburg Parade. That's just how bad we are down here in South Arkansas. Our Santa rides a Harley. Tell you what, it's going to be one of those Christmases. Yep. Anyway, that's the Hamburg Holidays celebration, and I certainly hope you enjoyed it because we had a lot of fun being there with our broadcast coverage. It was cold, and we were pretty chilly and miserable, but that's been the key to all of our outdoor coverages here of the holiday celebrations. And there still may be some to come. And we still have our annual trip out to Finney's Christmas Wonderland as well. So you got that to look forward to. In the meantime, we're going to call it quits for this week here. I think I've got my wreath repaired. I'm going to have to hang it back up. So, hey, if you haven't subscribed, you can do that below. Give me a thumbs up. I love you, my nomies. A very happy holiday season to all of you. Till next time, here on the MT and Me, I'm Russ, and we'll talk later.